Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Baroness Wall, for inviting me here to speak today. I was asked to say some words around the development of the new Advanced Manufacturing Higher Apprenticeship Framework and about the great collaboration that's taken place across our sector to develop it, with support from SEMTA, also with funding from NAS and UKCS. So I'd like really to talk, first of all, to thank all our partners for involvement in that project, and be asked to talk about why the framework was required, who was involved, and also what we've done. So in terms of, first of all, why did we need to review the Advanced Manufacturing Framework? Well, firstly, really because engine manufacturing is of huge importance to the UK economy. It generates over 1 trillion in turnover in the year ending March 2010, represents 25% apparently of the turnover of the whole UK. Sector employs over 5.6 million people in over 550,000 companies. We do know from the political colleagues that there's growing recognition that in terms of economic growth we need to look to our sector to derive that growth. So it's in that context that in terms of our sector that we need to be prepared to deliver the skills that our society needs to go forward. Recognition too that we needed to look at higher apprenticeships and higher skills in terms of their support they provide for that whole agenda of raising skills. I think there's also recognition too that within the group when we discussed it that the higher the skills became, the more specialised that they were, and that the existing framework was probably too prescriptive to allow for the different programmes you'd find, be it from Jaguar Land Rover or ourselves and BAE Systems, or indeed within BAE Systems between the military air side or the naval ship side. They're very different. Crucially also, it's not just about the big companies, it's also about the young people. We develop programmes which are flexible and will develop their own interests and ensure a fit for their needs as well as needs of big companies. So who was involved in the project? Well, as I mentioned, we got funding from NAS with support from the UK Commission on Employment and Skills, project management and expert guidance from SEMTA, but there was also broad employer engagement. So there was Airbus, ourselves, BAE Systems, there was Ford, Rolls-Royce and Jaguar Land Rover, to name a few. And together we formed the Advanced Manufacturing Higher Apprenticeship Steering Group. And so what did the steering group deliver? Well, firstly, it started last autumn. We reviewed the existing activities and we used what Airbus and BAE Systems are doing as almost like case studies to help develop the framework. We developed 2 new frameworks, Level 4 and Level 6, which we completed by the spring of this year, and they are much more flexible. They allow great differentiation really in our sector. The frameworks themselves were approved by SEMTA. We had final approval from NAS in July, and then this September we had 250 new starts across the sector, which is fantastic, and I know there'll be a real opportunity for growth too. From the point of view of BAE Systems and why we need higher apprenticeships, they really sort of be vital to our future skills needs, because we can't simply create all the skills or get the skills we need by working and recruiting graduates when they leave from universities. For example, at Barrow, we make nuclear submarines. We've worked with Gen 2 and UCLAN to develop a programme providing nuclear engineering skills that we need, but also actually at Sellafield, British Nuclear Fuels requires. Equally, we've worked with Blackpool and Fylde College and Lancaster University to create a project management scheme, the Project Control Foundation scheme, which delivers engineering project management skills which we require in our business, which are difficult for us to develop from university and take some years of development from graduates. So they have a real requirement for us, but actually there's also a real appetite from young people for those programmes. Effectively almost like proto higher apprenticeship schemes, but the Project Control Foundation scheme, we had our first graduation from that programme, 4-year scheme, just this September, and I was talking to the young people who were on that, and they so much valued the opportunity to do a job and learn and get university experience, a vocational pathway at the same time as being with us. So achieve both things, so it's good for us. So in conclusion really, higher apprenticeships are crucial. They meet the needs of business, they meet the needs of young people. What we've done has been very much done on a collaborative basis with other businesses, with SEMTA, with the HE and the FE sectors working together. We've got a shared vision about what we need around skills and positive about that. So that's a quick overview about higher apprenticeships. you can see actually how we've worked together as a sector. And I'd like to introduce Joe Lopes from Jaguar Land Rover for the next section.